Take some time now to settle the body and do this by sitting in a comfortable position. And that can be whatever is comfortable for you, whether you've got your legs out in front or you're sitting cross-legged. But make sure there's balance between the right and the left side and that the head and neck are aligned with the spine. Hands are on your knees in a mudra of your choice, and the eyes and the mouth are lightly closed. And find steadiness and balance within the body. And take a long, deep inhalation. When you exhale, release all the events that have happened for you today. Just let them all go. And take another long, deep yogic breath in. And when you exhale, release all the conversations that you've had today. And then one more time, another long, deep yogic breath. And when you exhale, release any thoughts of anything you need to do outside of the class. So just allow yourself to be right here and right now. And returning to the natural breath, bring the awareness to the eyebrow center. At this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And as you gaze upon this candle flame and you watch the flame cascade down through the body, the light moves right throughout the body. I want you to think about your intention for this class. The theme of this class is all about intention or Sankalpa. Just think about what it means to you. It could be focusing on gratitude. It could be focusing on kindness, whatever it is, whatever your heart says to you. Remember that intention throughout the class. And still gazing at the flame, the eyebrow center. Together now we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti, and I'll chant the Shanti mantra to pay respect to our traditions and to each other so we can all learn together without ill will. So breathing in first for Om chanting. Om. Om. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahano Bunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahe, Tejasvinad Madhitamastu, Mavid Vishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. And now, keeping your intention in mind, come onto the hands and knees. We'll begin with Majariasana. The cat posture. On the hands and knees, making sure that the hands are directly below the shoulders and the knees are below the hips. The back is straight, head's in a neutral position to begin with. inhale and bring the head up towards the ceiling and arch the abdomen down towards the floor, stretching through the arms. Exhale, bring the head between the arms and arch the back up towards the ceiling, and also stretching through the arms for an extra stretch. This is one round. Complete 7 rounds of this practice, really trying to coordinate the breath with the movement. So it's inhaling as the head moves up, just using the natural breath, and then exhaling, bringing the head between the arms. After your final round, come down into Shashankasana, a child posture. So placing the forehead on the floor, the arms out in front of the body, and the buttocks go back towards the heels. And this is a really relaxation posture where you're really turning inward. So release any tension in the muscles and allow the body to really relax into the floor. And then when it's right for you, come up into a sitting position, into the base position with the legs out in front of the body and the hands behind the buttocks with the fingers pointing away. Just take a few moments, closing the eyes, and just observing what's happening in the body at the moment from the practices so far. Now we're going to put the right leg over the left so that the right foot is on the other side of the left knee. With the left arm in the elbow, so put the left elbow on the right knee, making sure you're sitting up straight. And with the right arm, bring it back and around behind the buttocks, gaze over the right shoulder, spinal twist. And then we'll come back and we'll do the same on the left side. So bringing the left foot to the outside of the right knee, placing the left knee inside the right elbow, left hand behind the buttocks, fingers pointing away, and then twisting, looking over that left shoulder. And then back to center. Complete another 2 rounds, holding the final round a little bit longer than the others. And just seeing if you can naturally move more deeply into the practice, but don't push or force in any way. You may notice too on the exhalation as you're breathing in the practice, on the exhalation, you can sometimes move a little bit deeper into the practice. And then when you've completed the practice, come back to center. And just observe. We're now going to do a seated side stretch. So for this one, we'll begin with stretching the right side. So place the left hand on the floor and then bring the right hand out at shoulder height with the palm facing up. And then inhale, bring it over the head, leaning on that left arm, and feel the stretch of the right side of the body. Exhale and complete the practice on the left. Complete another 4 rounds of this practice, so 5 rounds in total. And if you can, hold the final round a little bit longer than the others. And when you've completed the practice, come back to the base position. We'll come now up to standing. So when we do that, we'll begin with the head to foot pose. So hanging the top half of the body over the bottom half of the body. You can let the arms hang loose, or you can clasp the opposite elbows behind the knees and just allow gravity to do its work. And then gently roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. We're going to do another spinal twist. So have the legs about width apart. And then bring the right hand to the left shoulder and wrap the left arm behind the waist and gaze over the left shoulder. Kati Chakrasan. And then bring the arms out to the side, left hand on left shoulder, right arm behind the waist, gazing over the right shoulder. So complete another 4 rounds. So you can go as slowly or as dynamically as you choose in this practice. And when you've completed, come back to standing Shavasana. Arms hanging loose. We'll now do Tadasana. Feet comfortably together, hands in front of the body, fingers clasped together, and then arms straight. Inhale, bring the arms straight up above the head, and then gaze on a point that's not moving so you can focus your balance. Again, remember your intention. Your intention for this practice is to maintain your balance. And then come up on the front of the feet, raising the heels, stretching up through the body. Exhale, bringing the hands to the head and then releasing the heels into the floor. So complete another 4 rounds and try and hold the last one up for up to 5 breaths if you can. It's better to raise the arms first and then raise the heels. And then bring the hands to the top of the head and release the heels. When you've completed, come back to a standing Shavasana. We'll now do a practice called Dvikonasana. We haven't done that very often in my classes, but I'm sure you must be familiar with it. So for this, legs are a bit wider than hip width apart. And then you clasp the hands behind the back, pushing the chest out. So the hands are together. Inhale and then exhale and come down, bringing the head between the knees. And if it's right for you, raise the clasped hands off the back, but don't push or strain. Just go to where your natural range of movement is. And then put the hands back on the back and then raise the torso up to standing. So complete another 3 rounds, holding the final round for up to 5 breaths, if that works for you. And again, come back to a standing Shavasana. Allow the arms to be loose. And we'll do a standing shoulder rotation. I know we normally sit, but I think that'll help to loosen the shoulders from that practice. Making sure that you're steady on your feet. Bring the arms out in front of the body, palms facing up. Put the right hand on the right shoulder, left hand on left shoulder, bringing the elbows together in front of the body. Inhale and bring the arms back, up, back, and down behind the body. Exhaling on the downward movement. And then elbows in front of the body again. This is 1 round. Complete another 4 rounds in each direction. And again, inhaling on the upward movement, exhaling on the downward movement. And placing the awareness in the shoulder joints and just observing what's happening there for you. Really slowing it down. A smooth, gentle practice. When you finish your practice, come back again to standing Shavasana. And with the eyes closed, just observe the movement of energy around the shoulders. And we'll now do a balancing posture. So we'll do the one-legged prayer pose. So for this, again, find that point on the wall. Remember, fix your gaze and your intention to stay balanced in this practice. And then bring the sole of the right foot on the inside, also the inside of the left leg that suits you, just not against the knee, wherever you are in your practice. If you can bring it up to the thigh, do that. When you feel steady, clasp the hands together, in prayer position. Place the hands in prayer position at the heart space. And then if you feel steady there, bring the hands above the head. And hold for your own duration. We'll do 3 rounds on each leg for this practice. So even if you do some warm-ups with the first 2, try and hold the final round for up to 5 breaths. And when you've completed the practice, come down into on the floor again. We'll do another couple of sitting asanas before we move into pranayama. So we'll begin with the butterfly pose, Tadasana. So bringing the feet in front of the buttocks, soles of the feet together. Bring the soles of the feet as close as you can towards the buttocks. Clasp the hands around the feet, sitting up straight, allowing the knees to fall towards the floor just naturally, not pushing or straining. Inhale, bring the knees up to the arms. Exhale, allow the knees to fall to the floor. Complete 7 rounds of this practice. Inhaling as you bring the knees up. Exhaling as the knees come towards the floor. And you'll notice on the exhalation, the knees will come a little bit closer to the floor each time as the hips open. And place your awareness in the hip joints. After your final round, bring the knees together and slide the legs across the floor and come back to base position. And just observe the effects of the practice. Our final asana will be a forward bend. So for this, with the legs out straight, front of the body. And now for this one, everyone will be at different stages. And I also find, depending on the weather, when it's cooler, I tend to not be able to stretch as far. So when it's hotter, I could go further. The most important thing is not to strain or push, just allow your body to ease into the posture. So with the straight back, raise the arms above the head and inhale as you do this, and then exhale as you bring the arms forward. Place the hands on the legs or on the feet, wherever is right for you. Keep the head up. Bring the top half of the body closer to the legs. And then inhale, come back, stretching up. Exhale, come on. Put the hands on the legs again, stretching forward. We'll do one final round of this, and this will be a holding round. So inhaling, arms up, and then exhaling. Now, if you are at this stage, you can put your head closer to your legs if you want to, putting the head down. If not, just hold the practice for up to 5 breaths. And it doesn't have to be 5 breaths, just work within your body's capabilities right now. And then when it's right for you, bring the arms back and come into a comfortable sitting position for pranayama. In the sitting position, again, checking in with your posture. So the spine is straight, head and neck are aligned. Shoulders are back and down and relaxed, just so the chest is open. And the eyes and the mouth are lightly closed. And your hands are in a mudra of your choice on the knees. And just focus first on the natural breath, just observing what it's doing and how it, as it comes through the nostrils, it fills the abdomen with air and the chest with air. And then naturally on the exhalation, the chest subsides and the abdomen subsides. And for our pranayama practice, we'll do Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. So for this practice with the right hand, bring the first and the middle finger to the eyebrow center. Now, I'm going to do something different with this practice because of the theme of this class. So at the eyebrow center, visualize your intention there. Visualize that your intention is actually living in your eyebrow center. Cover the right nostril with the thumb, the right thumb. Inhale through the left nostril, and as you do, bring life and oxygen into your intention, visualizing that you're bringing life and light into that intention to activate your intention. Then cover the left nostril with the ring finger, uncover the right, and as you exhale out of the right nostril, release anything that is distracting you from your intention. So let it go on that exhalation. And then again, inhaling through the right nostril to the eyebrow center, activating that intention, covering the right nostril with the thumb, uncovering the left, and then releasing all distractions from your left nostril. Continue in this way. And we'll do this for a couple of minutes. If you have your own count or anything like that, please feel free to do that. And when you next release the distractions from your left nostril, release the hand, still with the eyes closed, then breathe through both nostrils, giving your intention that double activation, and then exhaling, just using the natural breath, again releasing all distractions. And now release the practice completely and prepare for the practice of Yoga Nidra. So very gently and mindfully come down to lie in Shavasana. Make sure you have anything you need for the practice. You might want to put a cushion under your knees to support your back, or you might need a blanket depending on where you are. Just ensuring you have all that you need. And then lying down in Shavasana with the legs about hip width apart and all tensions released from the legs and the feet. The arms are a little bit away from the body with the palms facing the sky. And there's balance between the right and the left sides of the body. You might like to tuck your chin in a little to check that the head and neck are aligned. And take a long, deep inhalation. And when you exhale, allow the body to melt into the floor. And again, another long, deep yogic breath in. And when you exhale, release any remaining tension, release any expression on the face. Check you're not clenching the muscles behind your eyes or in the jaw. Just allow everything to release. And feel the body's contact against the floor. Feel the heels and their contact against the floor. Feel the back of the legs and the buttocks against the floor. Feel the back and the spine against the floor. Feel the back of the hands and the arms and their contact against the floor. And now do the same with the shoulders and the back of the neck and the back of the head. And observe how all of these different points of contact create one singular point of contact between the body and the floor. And become aware now of sounds. Listen first for sounds that are way off in the distance without naming or identifying the sounds. Just move your awareness from one sound to the next as you hear it. Move the sound awareness a little closer now to sounds outside the room where you are. Just again, moving the awareness from sound to sound. And now bringing the sound awareness to the sounds inside the room where you are. And bring the sound awareness to sounds inside the body, beginning with the sound and the sensation of the heartbeat. And now bring the sound awareness to the sound and the sensation of the natural breath. Release the sound awareness now and call to mind your Sankalpa or intention for this class. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. We'll now rotate the awareness around the body. So listen to my instructions. When I say the name of a part, a body part, place your awareness there. Visualize that part and mentally repeat the name of that part. We'll begin with the right side of the body and the right hand thumb. First finger, second, third, and little finger. Palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. Moving now over to the left side of the body with the left hand thumb. First finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. And moving now to the back of the body with the heels, the back of the legs, the buttocks, the small of the back, the middle of the back, the shoulder blades, space between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, and the entire spinal column, the back of the head, and the crown of the head. Moving now to the face with the forehead, the temples, the eyebrows, and the eyebrow center, the ears, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the lips, the jaw, the chin, the throat, the collarbones, and the pit of the throat, the right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, and the center of the chest, the right side of the abdomen, the left side of the abdomen, and the navel, the right side of the pelvis, the left side of the pelvis, and the groin, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, and both legs together, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, and both arms together, the whole torso, the whole neck, the whole head, the whole front side of the body, the whole back side of the body, and the whole body. Have a sense now, all at once, the whole body. Now release the body rotations and bring the awareness back to the natural breath. And just observe how subtle the natural breath has now become. And witness what's happening at the navel in response to the natural breath. We'll now add a visualization to the natural breath in the following way. On the inhalation, inhale soft light that's flowing into your body and filling it with the strength of your intention. On the exhalation, release any tension, doubt, or distraction relating to your intention. Just visualizing with the natural breath. Inhaling strength, exhaling doubt or distraction. And remember to use your breath like an anchor to bring it back to the practice if the mind wanders. Release the breath visualization now, and instead feel the following opposite sensations in the body. The body is feeling hotter and hotter. The body feels as though the warmth of sunlight is running all over your body. The body's feeling hotter and hotter, like the warmth of sunlight is running all over your body. Release this feeling of heat now. Replace it instead with a feeling of coolness. The body's feeling cooler and cooler, like a cool breeze is gently brushing over your skin. The body's feeling cooler and cooler, like a cool breeze is gently brushing over your skin. And release this feeling of coolness now. And instead, replace it with a feeling of heaviness. The body's feeling heavier and heavier. The body feels as though it's sinking deeply into your mat. The body's feeling heavier and heavier, like it's sinking into your mat. Release this feeling of heaviness now and replace it instead with a feeling of lightness. The body's feeling lighter and lighter. The body feels so light, it feels like it's floating on air, like a cloud drifting across the sky. The body's feeling lighter and lighter, as light as a cloud drifting across the sky. And release this feeling of lightness now. Release all of these sensations so that the body comes back to a state of equilibrium. And instead, now come to the space of the mind behind the closed eyes, the space also known as Chittakash. And in this space, see, imagine, visualize, or create the following objects and images. You are standing at the edge of a calm lake in the early morning. The water is still and it mirrors the sky above. In your hands, you hold a small pebble, and this pebble represents your intention. You gently toss your pebble into the lake, and as the pebble sinks, it creates ripples that expand outwards. And you watch as those ripples carry your intention far and wide, infusing the entire lake with its energy. Know that your intention is powerful and it is already making a difference. And with the rippled lake in mind, now call to mind your Sankalpa or intention for this class once again and gently repeat it 3 times now. Now begin to breathe a little bit more deeply. And as you do, observe the movement it creates in the body and how it moves the back against the floor. Check in with your body now and observe how you feel compared to when you began this class. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to a close. Begin by remembering the details of the room that you are in, color of the mat and the color of the floor. Remember the time of day and begin to hear the sounds around you and remember the world that's attached to those sounds. Begin to make small movements with the fingers and the toes, allowing the body to gently externalize. You may like to move and stretch in a way that's right for you. But again, taking your time, you may like to bring the knees to the chest or raise the arms above the head for a full body stretch. Or even gently move the head from side to side. And then when it's right for you, come onto the right side for a few moments. There's no rush. And after that, keeping the eyes closed or downcast, very gently and mindfully come up into a comfortable sitting position, aiming to maintain peaceful state that you've created. And in a comfortable sitting position, bring the awareness again to the eyebrow center, observing there a steady candle flame, and remembering that this candle flame symbolizes your intention, and also observing how the light from the flame cascades down throughout the body, moving through every cell of the body. And together now, we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti to conclude our practice. Breathing in, Om, Om, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.